And we went into the audition and he signed in, and then the casting director came out and said, Blake? And Eric said, yep, that's her. And I just thought I was gonna die.
Y'all, Blake Lively is in hot water. And I'm not talking about a luxury spa day. No, this tea is scalding. One minute, she's America's sweetheart, serving effortless glam and wholesome vibes. The next, she's allegedly using a charity, yes, a charity, to push her own PR agenda while promoting her liquor and hair care lines like it's a Black Friday sale. And to make things messier, her longtime attorney just resigned under some very shady circumstances. Coincidence? Let's get into it. Okay, so Blake Lively has been the unproblematic queen of Hollywood for years. She's got the charm, the wit, the picture-perfect marriage to Ryan Reynolds. Like, come on, girl, leave some for the rest of us. She's the type who can wear a messy bun and make it look chic, throw shade on Twitter and make it iconic, and somehow juggle acting, business ventures, and motherhood like it's no big deal. And honestly, people love her for it. She's not just a celebrity, she's aspirational. She's got that cool girl next door who just happens to be a millionaire vibe. A little bit Serena van der Woodsen, a little bit down-to-earth mom who probably makes organic, Pinterest-worthy school lunches. But behind the designer floral dresses and effortless beach waves, something's been brewing. And it's not just a new batch of her liquor brand, because while we were all out here admiring her flawless Instagram game, Blake was allegedly playing a very different game behind the scenes. And it all starts with her recent partnership with Silver Veil, a highly respected nonprofit known for its philanthropy, social impact, and A-list connections. At first, it looked like a match made in charity heaven. Silver Veil had been making waves with its global initiatives, and bringing Blake on board seemed like a no-brainer. She's got star power, media influence, and a loyal fan base, all things that could take Silver Veil's mission to the next level. But turns out things behind the scenes were not so picture perfect, because when Hollywood clout and nonprofit ethics collide, things can get messy real quick. Enter Justin Baldoni, director, actor, and the guy known for making people cry in Jane the Virgin. He was directing a film, a gritty drama about a woman escaping domestic violence.
I'm honored, and I'm also more honored that because, what we're talking about is so important and so meaningful, that we're able to have this much anticipation, and so many people want to go see it and are talking about it. That's what I'm grateful for.
And you had a key part in bringing it to the big screen. How did this all come to be?
Well, in 2019, I read the book. I was sent the book by my book agent and friend at the time, and I was looking for films that could inspire, that were commercially viable, but also could really reach in and touch somebody's heart.
And guess who landed the starring role? Blake. Now, you'd think she'd be all about understanding the character, right? Maybe, reading the book it's based on? Nope. Apparently, sis didn't even crack it open. And the wardrobe? Instead of dressing like a struggling survivor, she reportedly made sure her character looked rich, polished, and draped in florals. Because nothing says, I'm fleeing an abusive relationship like a $5,000 designer coat, right? But wait, it gets worse. While promoting the film, instead of focusing on the seriousness of the subject matter, Blake was out here pushing her booze brand and haircare line because obviously, women escaping violence are super concerned about getting the perfect beachy waves in a craft cocktail. The backlash was swift and brutal. Critics and audiences alike called her out for being tone deaf and completely missing the point of the film's message. Social media exploded with memes and hot takes accusing her of using the movie as a vanity project rather than an opportunity to shed light on an important issue. To make matters worse, Justin Baldoni, known for his thoughtful and empathetic approach to storytelling, found himself caught in the crossfire. While he tried to steer the conversation back to the film's themes of resilience and survival, Blake's antics kept overshadowing the narrative. Interviews became awkward as journalists pressed her on her lack of preparation and questionable promotional tactics. The film, which had the potential to be a powerful and impactful story, ended up becoming a case study in how not to handle a serious subject. Instead of sparking meaningful conversations about domestic violence, it became a punchline, a cautionary tale about celebrity ego and the dangers of prioritizing personal branding over artistic integrity. And as for Blake, let's just say her reputation took a hit. Fans and industry insiders began questioning her commitment to her craft, and the whole debacle left many wondering if she'd ever be taken seriously as an actress again. Meanwhile, the film's box office numbers reflected the public's disappointment, making it clear that audiences weren't buying what she was selling, literally or figuratively. In the end, what could have been a career-defining role turned into a full-blown PR nightmare, proving that sometimes even the best intentions, or in this case, the best directors, can't save a project from its own star.
I think most actors' dream is to be able to do a period piece film, but I got to do an every period piece film because this dates back to 1908 till now. So to explore the different decades, the fashion, the hair and makeup, and just how women were treated in each of those different eras.
Now, here's where things go from messy to straight up scandalous. Blake allegedly saw Silver Valley as more than just a nonprofit. She saw it as a PR machine to clean up her image. And when Hollywood's golden girl needs a little damage control, apparently nothing's off the table. See, while Blake was out here promoting her liquor brand and haircare line during a very serious press tour, whispers started circulating that she was also pulling strings behind the scenes, and not in a way that made her look like a selfless philanthropist. Sources claim that instead of focusing on Silvervale's charitable initiatives, she was allegedly pressuring its team to boost her public image. Translation: oh no, Blake's just misunderstood. Look at her doing charity work. Don't pay attention to the film drama. Focus on her philanthropy. And Silvervale's board absolutely panicked. The organization had spent years building its reputation on trust, integrity, and transparency. They'd helped countless communities raise millions in donations, and now, suddenly, they were being accused of being a Hollywood spin tool? Not hey, good, look. Then came the leaked emails and internal messages that sent shockwaves through the nonprofit world. If the rumors were true, Blake's team had been actively strategizing ways to use Silvervale's brand, media connections, and official events to spin the narrative in her favor. We're talking carefully curated press releases designed to highlight her involvement while subtly steering the conversation away from the Baldoni film drama. Social media campaigns focusing on Blake's impact rather than the charity's core mission. Exclusive partnerships that just happened to align with Blake's brand deals and personal projects. If any of this was deliberate, this wasn't just a bad PR move, it was ethically and legally questionable. Silvervale had been built on helping people, not protecting a celebrity's reputation. And if donors who had trusted the organization with their money found out they were indirectly funding a Hollywood cover-up, that's the kind of scandal that doesn't just go away. While Silvervale was scrambling to contain the growing scandal, Justin Baldoni was allegedly not having it, at all.
Oh, it's so hard. Look, first of all, being a director is a very lonely job and there's a lot of pressure. And I think the only way that I got through it is I just surrounded myself with people that were so much smarter than me. As it relates to the acting part, it's a heavy load to carry. I wanted to do as much justice as I could to survivors by making Ryle as truthful as possible.
According to sources, the set of his highly anticipated film turned into a battlefield, with Blake and Justin butting heads over everything from creative direction to wardrobe choices to the film's PR strategy. And when I say clashes, I don't mean a minor disagreement over lighting choices. I mean full-on behind-the-scenes drama that had crew members whispering in the shadows. Now, depending on who you ask, there are two very different stories about what went down. Team Justin says Blake was overstepping, trying to take control of the production, making unilateral wardrobe decisions, and demanding script changes that didn't fit the director's vision. Basically, she wanted to run the show. Team Blake says Justin was too controlling, trying to micromanage her performance and ignoring her creative input. Some even claimed he had a heavy-handed approach to directing, making it impossible for her to feel creatively free in the role. So, was this just Hollywood egos clashing, or was there something deeper going on? And if that wasn't enough drama, Blake allegedly tried to drag Silvervale into the fight, turning a charity into a weapon for her Hollywood PR battle. According to some pretty damning whispers, she allegedly urged Silvervale's team to use their platform, media connections, and official events to push her side of the story, paint Justin as the villain. If true, this takes the usual Hollywood drama to a whole new level. We're not just talking about a feud between an actress and a director, we're talking about a respected nonprofit being dragged into the mess to help clean up Blake's public image. And let's just say that did not sit well with a lot of people. Then came the biggest red flag of them all. Blake's lawyer abruptly quit. No warning, no long drawn-out exit, just a sudden resignation with a vague statement about irreconcilable differences and new information coming to light. What information exactly? Because let's be real, Attorneys don't just drop A-list clients for fun. These are the same people who defend scandal-plugged celebs through divorces, lawsuits, and PR nightmares. So if a high-profile Hollywood lawyer walks away mid-scandal, it's usually because something big went down.
I was like making like, I don't know, juice with like, there was this like maple water on set and I was like, oh, water tapped from a maple tree. This is exciting. But instead of just like handing him a plastic red cup that I was drinking out of, I like went and got the martini glass, a crystal glass, and like shook it up for him properly because you can't hand that man a red cup.
No.
Like, and so he's like standing on a dock with like mud around and he's holding a crystal martini glass. And it was just juice and maple water.
Naturally, legal analysts started speculating that the attorney had seen something seriously shady, something that made continuing to represent Blake a major liability. Maybe it was a paper trail linking Blake directly to the alleged Silver Veil media manipulation, a contract clause violation related to Justin Baldoni's film, which could put her in legal hot water, undisclosed financial dealings between Blake's team and the nonprofit, making the whole situation look even more suspect. Whatever it was big enough to make a seasoned legal professional throw in the towel immediately. And in Hollywood, that's like a red siren flashing over the whole situation, and the internet lost its mind. Twitter was in absolute chaos, with fans and critics alike scrambling for answers. Some thought this was the ultimate proof that Blake was in way deeper than she let on. Others wondered if the lawyer's resignation meant something even worse was about to drop. Because, let's face it, when a high-powered celebrity attorney jumps ship, it usually means one thing: they're protecting themselves from whatever mess is about to explode next. Behind closed doors, Silverveil's board was split down the middle. On one side, you had the cut her off now crew, those who believed that severing ties with Blake immediately was the only way to salvage their reputation. They argued that allowing the scandal to linger could permanently stain Silverveil's credibility, drive away donors, and turn them into just another Hollywood casualty. But then there was the let's wait it out faction, the ones who thought cutting Blake loose too soon could backfire spectacularly. After all, if it turned out she was innocent or if the scandal blew over, they looked like they had overreacted. Plus, Blake had brought in millions in donations and massive media attention, things that Silverveil heavily relied on. Basically, it was a lose-lose situation. Then, another bombshell drops. Just when they thought things couldn't get worse, Silverveil dropped a bombshell of their own. They launched an official investigation, and we're not talking about a quick internal review. They brought in external auditors and legal experts to go through every single email, contract, financial transaction, and donation tied to Blake.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. Like, this is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I mean, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh, really? Because I just have one on my list. I don't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, okay, think of someone.
Right.
Bob Newhart, I don't know.
Translation, they were taking this very, very seriously. And that move alone sent a clear message. They were not about to go down with this ship. If something shady had happened, they wanted proof fast. At this point, it was no longer just about PR. It was about potential legal and ethical violations. And if Blake had used Silverveil for personal gain, the fallout could be massive. Blake's future, can she recover from this? So, where does this leave Blake? Well, her carefully crafted public image has taken a major hit. And depending on what this investigation uncovers, she might be going from Hollywood's sweetheart to Hollywood's problem child. And let's be real, if the allegations are true, this isn't just a bad look, it's a career-altering mess. Because using a nonprofit to shield yourself from PR backlash, that's the kind of scandal that sticks. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni is playing it safe, staying quiet, professional, and focus on the film itself. But between the behind-the-scenes drama, the Silverveil investigation, and the sudden resignation of Blake's attorney, one thing is crystal clear. This story is far from over. So, what do y'all think? Did Blake cross the line? Or is this all just Hollywood gossip on steroids? Drop your hottest takes in the comments, because I need to know where you stand. PR stunt, misunderstanding, or full-on scandal? And while you're at it, smash that like button because your girl gotta get her nails done. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest Hollywood mess because trust me, this one's only getting wilder. All right, fam, that's the tea. See you in the next one.